What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending on what time zone you're in, it's Wednesday night or Thursday morning. And to my Thursday morningers, rejoice. Friday's only one day away. Let's get it. All right, guys, I have a jam-packed show for you. I'm sure most of you have heard by now about Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump. There is a lot going on, and we have a lot to cover today. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of things that is rumbling behind the scenes that is not on legacy media that I have for you. All right. So stay tuned. I got a great show. All right. So in breaking news, we're going to talk about Charlie Kirk. We're also going to talk about Donald Trump wanting to bring back the unaliving penalty for the men who unalived the Ukrainian woman on the train. In lead stories, we're going to talk about protesters interrupting Trump's dinner. Trump speaks out on the Ukrainian woman that was unalived on the train. Tyler Perry's accuser gives us more details on his $260 million lawsuit. New Mexico becomes the first state to offer free universal child care. And Kamala Harris says it was reckless for the Democrats to let Joe Biden run in 2024. I told you we got a big show. In quick news, we're going to talk Cardi B, Drake, Kai Cenat, Apple, iPods, Kendricks Lamar, and Kodak Black. As always, we're going to close out the show with social discussion of the day, question of the day, and comments of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, radio, your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right, our first breaking story. President Donald Trump has confirmed that Charlie Kirk has passed away after being hit up in Utah. All right, I'm going to go to the post on True Social, then give you a follow-up from Kamala Harris, and then let you know what is going on under the underbelly of all of this. People are saying that Donald Trump and his team may have orchestrated all this. I'm going to break it down, okay? The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk has been unalived. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and his family. Charlie, we love you. Kamala Harris wrote and said, I'm deeply disturbed by the events in Utah. Doug and I send our prayers to Charlie Kirk and his family. Let me be clear. Political violence has no place in America. I condemn this act, and we must all work together to ensure that this does not lead to more violence. Okay, obviously she put that out before it was announced that he was unalived. All right, now look, there's a lot that is going on, okay? From now, as I'm recording this right now, they thought they captured the guy that did this. Reports are that the guy is still at large, and the guy who they captured is not the correct person. That's one thing. Second thing, yes, we do have video of it, but we're not going to play it on YouTube because YouTube will snatch this down in 1 second. If you guys do want to see the video, just as a warning, be careful. There's some people that don't want to see those kind of things, but it is up on our Instagram page, The Trent Out Loud Show, so you can see it there. Now, the third thing, there are people, and this is why this show might go up a little bit late. I was on a call with literally 4 different people, and there's conspiracy theories. Let's just put it out there, allegedly, that this is an act of somebody in the party. I want to be very careful what I'm saying, very careful. In the Trump, like the Trump world, let's just put it that way, in the MAGA world, in the world that wants to push for things. Let me explain to you, okay? For those people who've been following me daily, if you've noticed, there has been a lot of things that have come up, and I've been saying these things are going to work out for Trump and his agenda. You guys remember the Epstein letter? I told you, I heard somebody was like, I have reason to believe that maybe somebody put in this letter, a fake letter, and the Washington Post puts it out or whatever, and you're going to hear in a couple of days that it was a fake letter, and it's going to look like the Democrats put out a fake letter. You're not going to know where it comes from, and that makes Trump look good. Then there's also what we're going to talk about today too, but the unaliving of the Ukrainian woman on the train. Again, I'm going to play for you later on in the show video of Trump saying, "This is what I'm talking about in America. This kind of violence. These are the things that have to be stopped, etc., etc." This video and that incident plays to Trump what he's been pushing. We need national security. We need national guards. We need Trump. We need the federal government to come into your cities and control everything. All of this stuff that he's been saying, it seems a little ironic to some people that this Ukrainian woman is unalived by this man. Some will say pretty ironic that was a black man, but let's not even get into that part of it, okay? Now, this happens today to Charlie Kirk, who is, like you just heard in Trump's True Social, he is a huge right-wing pundit, or whatever you want to call him, activist, leader, and he was only 31 years old, and he has the youth. There has been a ton of times where Donald Trump has said that Charlie Kirk and his TikTok following and his youth following were one of the reasons why he won the election. Now, if that person gets unalived, what does that do to all of Charlie Kirk's followers? That is going to send a firestorm of people who are upset and want every single thing that Charlie Kirk championed. And if you guys know Charlie Kirk, he championed pretty much everything that Donald Trump was championing and their MAGA movement, Project 2025. Okay. Again, I want to be very careful. What do you guys think about the recent events, those 3 events in the past 3 weeks? While Donald Trump is pushing for the National Guard, pushing for this agenda, and if you read back in Project 2025, do you think that this is an incident that could have been orchestrated by somebody in the Trump orbit? Is it possible? Is this just a conspiracy theory? I don't know. I'm going to lean on you guys to comment below and let me know what you guys think of this. It is going to be a scary time. This is obviously going to be politicized. This is going to draw people further and further and further away from each other. When the person gets caught, whoever did it, we'll see who they are, their nationality, their beliefs. That's going to tell us a lot. Was this person white, black? What party were they a part of? Etc., etc. I do have a little bit of a back end to that, where I think I know the makeup of the person, but I just want to not put that out yet. If I know by the end of if I can confirm it by the end of the show, I will come back in and let you guys know. But that's enough for now with Charlie Kirk. And of course, Charlie Kirk, rest in peace, regardless of whether you're a Democrat, an independent, or Republican, or belief or not. That is a human being that has a family and loved ones. So rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, and just condolences to his family. Comment below and let me know what you guys think. Our second breaking story: Trump demands that the suspect in the train incident be awarded the unaliving penalty. By the way, guys, sorry that I have to have to talk in these codes and, not say the DEATH word, but my videos will get flagged and demonetized, okay? So apologies, especially this whole video is going to be a lot about this stuff, so I apologize in advance for that, all right? So, again, like I just spoke about in the first breaking story, Donald Trump now, this was going to be my one breaking story, him saying that he would like to bring the unaliving penalty back. And again, like I said, Pretty ironic that this situation comes up, and you know that Trump has been an advocate for these things. And of course, it may seem just on the surface that somebody like this should receive the unaliving penalty. This is what Donald Trump put on Truth Social. He said, the animal who so violently unalived the beautiful young lady from Ukraine who came to America searching for peace and safety should be given a quick, there is no doubt, trial and only be awarded the unaliving penalty. There can be no other option, President Donald J. Trump. Now, I don't want to get too much into the politics of this situation. Me personally, I spoke with you guys yesterday about how I feel when it comes to this subject. This gentleman that did this, first of all, of course, 100% wrong, 100% guilty, disgusting, deplorable. However, he was also unequivocally, without a doubt, mentally deranged. Like, I don't know if you say mentally deranged, but mentally just out of his mind, right? We're not talking about a normal person that did something violent. Like, he is schizophrenic. He has known mental health issues. And as you know that I'm a mental health advocate, I don't feel it's right to, especially somebody who was diagnosed prior to a crime. I understand that if you do a crime and then some people will try to claim that it was a mental thing or try to claim insanity. No, this guy who has been diagnosed prior to this as being schizophrenic. I think that somebody like this needs treatment and not the unaliving penalty. Again, if he was conscious of what he was doing. But again, I know you guys, some of you are going to sound off in the comment section below about that. And I totally respect everyone's opinion. Not everybody understands mental health like I do. The second point to all of this, again, just my opinion, the politicization of something like this, to me, is just horrible. When a situation like this happens, it shouldn't always be a left, a right. I'm going to play a video for you in the first lead stories where Donald Trump is talking about the Ukrainian woman and what he would like to do now as a result of this, which leads back to our first breaking story of why are all of these things happening that are playing right into Donald Trump's playbook? Everything that he wants and everything that he has as a mandate for that, most states are opposed against, you have these videos triggering people, and now they're like, yeah, bring back the unaliving penalty. Yeah, let's do this. Actually, you see how it's not even safe to go to a Charlie Kirk rally? Bring in the National Guard everywhere. And before you know it, Donald Trump and his people have complete control, complete autonomy of the entire United States of America. Mayors have no power. Senators have no power. And it's just, everything is controlled by Trump, and we don't have elections anymore, and just Trump runs the United States of America. That is what it's looking like. Comment below, man. Just is a crazy day. Comment below and let me know what you think. Our first lead story. Trump speaks out on the brutal unaliving of a Ukrainian woman on the train. President Donald Trump addressed the fatal incident of the 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee aboard the Charlotte Light Rail Trail. Our thoughts and prayers go out to her family. All right, this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. Here is Donald Trump and him using this situation to fulfill his mandate. Take a look.
For far too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, thirsty criminals to prey on innocent people, really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists, and they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and in Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her blood end on a public train.
Again, I just don't see how you can make a video about a woman, a 23-year-old woman who's just unalived, and talk about the radical left. Like, those two things should not go together. And I am totally fine with them making comments about the radical left, or the left making a comment about the radical right. But don't use my friend or family member or whatever. That's how I would feel if I was a friend or family member. Like, don't use my friend or family member to advance your agenda, you know? And no, I didn't know her. She's not my family and my friend, but guess what? You know, we're all human beings, and I could have known her. You know what I mean? Like, that could just be me or you. It could be anybody. Like, don't ever allow them to use me or to use you to push their agenda. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our second lead story. Protesters interrupt Trump's dinner in D.C., calling him the Hitler of our time. All right, Donald Trump's dinner in Washington, D.C. did not stay quiet for long. Donald Trump stopped at Joe's Seafood, Prime Steak and Stone Crab on Monday night to showcase what he's calling a safer capital under the federal criminal crackdown. The outing marked his first time dining at a DC restaurant since returning to the White House, but not everybody was there to clap. Outside the steakhouse, protesters gathered chanting, "Free DC, free Palestine," while others shouted out, "Trump is the Hitler of our time." Trump dined with his cabinet, including J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, while balancing both praise and pushback. Despite the shouts comparing him to Hitler, he carried on using his dinner to drive home his point that Washington, D.C. is safer under his watch. Here are the videos. Take a listen.
Trump is the Hitler of our time. Free D.C., free Palestine. Trump is the Hitler of our time. He's terrorizing communities.
Go, time to go.
So we were just inside this steakhouse seafood restaurant in Washington, D.C., where Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Pete Hegseth, all of them were eating. They sat down right next to us. And as people were giving them an applause, we were saying, "Free D.C., free Palestine, Trump is the Hitler of our time."
He looked us right in the eyes and we stood our ground.
You see, this is what I'm talking about, the political divide, the fact that, you know, Trump can't even go out to dinner as a president of the United States without being met with protest. It's going to get worse. It's going to get bad. And I just hope that we don't have any more incidences like this, so that one side or another could push their agenda and let the other side look even worse. Like, it's getting scary out here, man. Comment below and let me know what y'all think. Our third lead story. Tyler Perry's accuser, Derek Dixon, recalls Tyler allegedly pulling his underwear down and grabbing his after a night of drinking. "I didn't know what to do. I locked myself alone in the guest bathroom." Okay, I am going to let you guys know my take on the interview. I played yesterday a bit of the interview. We got like a little snippet. I watched it, and this was my takeaway, okay? The interview is 12 minutes long. It starts out with Derek showing ABC text messages from Tyler Perry, okay? One of them says, he showed him a picture, and then he was like, "Hey, you don't see a stud in this picture?" And basically, Tyler Perry alluding to the fact that Derek is not acknowledging that he's a stud or that he's a good-looking guy, all right? So that's the first kind of like red flag. He also says, Tyler Perry texted him this. He says, "What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have you figured that out in your therapy yet?" Which is a horrible thing to say to somebody. I kind of butchered that. Let me repeat it again. "What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have you figured that out in therapy yet?" All right. So that's horrible to say to somebody who works for you. Okay. He says that he did sleep over at Tyler Perry's house, but as friends. He says that he didn't want to have sex with Tyler Perry, and he didn't want to have a relationship, and he was clear on telling him that. He also says that he feels like it's okay for Tyler Perry to kind of like shoot his shot at him, and like that's fine to, make an advancement. But when somebody says no, it's no. And the text messages was one thing. At his house, it was another thing. But he says this is where it starts to get a little bit uncomfortable. He says, at the end of the second season, his character was unalived, and he kind of alluded to the fact that Tyler Perry said to him, if you want him to come back, maybe you should be a little bit more friendly to him. A couple of months after he went back to Tyler Perry's house, he said that he was walking by a health monitoring scale and he was interested in kind of weighing himself. I don't know if it was like body fat or doing something, I don't know. And Tyler was like, to weigh yourself properly, you have to be like in your underwear. And that's where he said that he kind of pulled down his thing and was trying to like touch him, okay? He said when that incident happened, he left the area and locked himself in a bathroom. Later on, he said that Tyler Perry apologized and said, listen, we were drinking, we were having fun. I never meant to make you feel that way. So if you listen to the timeline, and I'll just say, I'll be honest, the guy, Derek Dixon, he sounds, it's hard to say if somebody sounds like they're telling the truth or not, but it sounds convincing. I'll just say that, okay? And if you see the timeline of like the text messages, like, it's okay, if you're flirting, it's okay, you try. I say no. Now, I'm unalived on the show. I maybe not have a job. I have a pilot that I'm working on. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys that Derek was working on a pilot. Tyler Perry picked it up. He's like, now that you don't have the job on the show anymore on the Oval, maybe I will pick up your pilot series and turn it into your own series. Come over to my house. And then that's where the whole like weighing scale thing happened. So the events sound like they make sense. Okay. Anyways, as a result, Tyler Perry totally denies this. He says he used this situation and he used their friendship to set him up. Unequivocally, Tyler Perry denies all of this. He said he will not be taken to court just for money. He's not settling. He's going to fight this, and he believes that he will be vindicated. Derek says that he just wants Tyler Perry to take accountability. He is suing for $260 million. I'm going to show you a video of why I'll just even tell you instead of playing the video. He says that for his loss of work and to be a deterrent for Tyler Perry and for anybody else that thinks that I'm a billionaire and I could do whatever I want. Again, that makes sense when you just think about like what, obviously your loss of work is not 260 million, but if somebody is a billionaire or more than a billionaire, you suing them for 20 million, it's not really going to hurt them. But if you sue them for 260, it's going to really put a dent in their life. And it's really going to make them think, and anybody else in their orbit make them think. So again, everything kind of makes sense when you hear the guy speak about it. For me, somebody sitting down doing an interview, you can sound convincing. You're definitely prepped by your lawyers. You've been working on this case for over a year now. I've been hearing that they've been kind of like going back and forth with offers and stuff. For me, this will all come down to what evidence they have. And anytime I always talk to you guys about anything that has to do with court, it's always the evidence. Like, where are the receipts? And spending every day for like a month and a half in the Diddy trial, every single thing is going to come down to text messages. Diddy's entire case, Cassie, Jane Doe, KK, everything was text message. This is not 20, 30 years ago where people are on the phone or talked in person. Everything is over by text. These nights in question, to me, the text messages after these nights will tell you everything. So for example, let's say this scale incident happened on that. Let's say Derek says that it happened September the 10th, let's just say. Okay, I'm going to look at the text messages as the lawyer. September the 11th. What are the text messages from Derek? Is it like, hey, I had a great night, can't wait to do it again, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's just going to negate everything, right? But if you see in the text message, like super uncomfortable, really didn't appreciate that, whatever, like it's all going to be there. So it's either going to be there in an email, it's going to be there in a text message. Like there's got to be some way to prove it other than just your words. And we've seen what just happened in Cardi B's civil case. Your word against theirs in front of a jury, it's going to be hard to believe a story, even though it sounds believable, without having any sort of evidence. And somebody texting you saying, hey, you don't see a stud in this picture. Is it bad? Yes, but is it something that you're guilty of? And also his text message saying, hey, when are you going to learn to have guiltless sex? Or when are you going to learn to, when are you going to work that out with your therapist? Is that a disgusting thing to say? Yes. But is that SA? Is that harassment? Is that something that I need to pay you $260 million for? No. So for me, it's going to be the text messages that he is not showing us will determine what's going on. I'm still not on anybody's side, but I will say that Derek's story sounds very believable and he seems very convincing. So, for right now, I would be on his side, but we need to see more. Sound off below and let me know in the comment section below. Our fourth lead story. New Mexico becomes first state to offer free universal childcare for all families starting in November. Congratulations, New Mexico. This is amazing, man. New Mexico just shook the table with this one. Governor Michelle Grimsham, announced that starting November the 1st, the state will officially become the first state in the nation to guarantee free universal childcare for every single family. No income limits, no co-pays, and no catches. This historic move comes after years of expanding access. In 2019, the governor and the New Mexico legislation created an early childhood education and care department, which had already helped thousands by covering childcare costs for families making up to 400% of the federal poverty level. Now that the state is taking it all the way, opening the program to all New Mexicans, regardless of income. The state website reports that families are expected to save on average of $12,000 per child annually. The governor says it's about financial relief, helping parents stay in the workplace and invest in the future of the state for the kids. This makes New Mexico the first state in U.S. history to provide no-cost childcare to everyone. Woo! This horns. Shout out New Mexico. This is beautiful. This is a step in the right direction. As you guys know, when states start adapting things and it starts getting rolled out properly and well, and you can see success, it's easier for other states to come in and see what's going on and start adapting it. So hopefully this is the beginning of a new future, at least at the beginning, for childcare. All right. Canada, free healthcare for everybody. United States, the biggest economy, the biggest powerhouse in the world, talking about everything else. You could do this. You could do this, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Our fifth quick story. Kamala Harris says it was reckless for the Democrats to let Joe Biden make the 2024 election decision. What? Kamala Harris? What? Oh, anyways, let me just read this and I'm going to tell y'all that I told Kamala Harris to either say something like this or don't say anything at all. I am so proud of her, man. Listen to this, all right? Kamala Harris is opening up about the behind-the-scenes tension around Joe Biden's 2024 campaign decision. In an excerpt from her new book, 107 Days, Harris reflects on her last-minute presidential run and calls it reckless that Democrats let Biden ultimately decide whether to run again despite concerns about his age and health. In her memoir, Harris doesn't hold back. She admits that even though she understood how it might look if she questions Biden's choice, it still felt wrong that the decision rested only on him and his inner circle. I knew it would come off to him as incredibly self-serving if I advised him not to run. He would see it as a naked ambition, perhaps as disloyal, Harris wrote. It's all Joe and Jill's decision. We all said that like a mantra, as if we've been hypnotized. Was it grace or was it reckless? In retrospect, I think it was reckless. The stakes were simply too high. This wasn't a choice that should have been left to an individual's ego, an individual's ambition. It should have been more than a personal decision. Yo, Kamala Harris, let's go. All right, when I first heard about her book coming out, I don't know what the episode was. Somebody go and find it. I said, yo, Kamala Harris, if you are going to come out here and talk the same way how you talked on the campaign trail, listen, people are going to buy your book, but no one's going to care about it. Yeah, your lawyers will buy it, but like no one's going to care, and it's not going to do anything for your political future. They did show us a couple of little excerpts out of it, like, oh, this or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I got to hear you real. I got to hear you raw. None of this like pandering for the left or whatever. If this is the tone of the book, not only is this book going to do crazy numbers, this could resurrect Kamala Harris. And like I've been saying all day, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not left. I'm not right. I'm not blue. I'm not red. I'm not blue. I'm not red. This is a purple podcast. I like when people make smart decisions in politics. The people will decide, not me alone. Beautiful move. I wish you would have done this during the campaign. A little part of me feels like now that Joe is, not even in the public eye. So now you feel comfortable to do it. But regardless, you are doing it, and I applaud you for it. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Cardi B wants more kids to lessen her chances of going to a home. She said, one of them is going to wipe my butt. She says it way better than me. Take a listen.
Do you think you're going to have more kids?
Yes.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes, it's like the more kids you have, the less of a possibility you go to like a home. One of them is going to wipe my butt.
Well, y'all know Cardi B is still on her rollout. She is still going to be cracking jokes. I'm very excited for her album. I actually believe that they should have let the album out more like this week. And I know they have to take time to have her do her stops, but I hope that Cardi B train, the momentum hasn't slowed down too much. I did hear that she was going to do some pop-ups in cities. If I'm not mistaken, it's Long Island, New York City, Atlanta, Houston, and I think LA. I played a video for you guys a couple of days ago where she's joking around saying, I have no budget. I have to go on the street and sell my CDs and vinyls. Well, she's going to go and do that in city. She's going to actually go out and be selling herself vinyls and albums. So be prepared for more Cardi news. And also let me know, do you think that you need to have kids to grow older? I ain't got no kids, man. What am I going to do when I get older? This made me laugh and it made me sad. It made me think shoot. I mean, I got nieces and nephews, but they have my sister, my brother-in-law to take care of. Ain't nobody going to care about me. I'm a little sad, but it was still funny. Our second quick story. Kai Cenat reacts to Drake posting his hairline. It calls Drake, but Drake rejects his call. All right, this is just a little funny thing that's going on here. So if you guys remember Drake's Iceman 3 stream, nobody really liked it. A couple of people thought there were some all right songs, but they thought it was pretty boring. Kai Cenat was on his stream watching it, and he was like, yo, this sucked. This was horrible. This was boring. So yesterday, Drake had a photo dump, and he put this picture of Kai up with his dreads kind of really looking like it needed to be done ASAP. So somebody told Kai when he was on stream, and he was like, yo, Drake, why are you putting this picture up of me? And Drake's dump had nothing to do with Kai. He just put it in there, obviously to make fun of him, because he said that his stream was not good. So now Kai was like, listen, all right, Drake, I'm going to call you direct. You just posted this half an hour ago. Kai called Drake first on his phone, didn't answer. He's like, oh, he's in Europe. Maybe he can't get my call. He tried him on FaceTime. Drake ignored him. I'll play a small little clip for you. But what I've been hearing behind the scenes is that this is a setup for Drake to come onto Kai's stream and be one of his final guests. If you remember, I told you guys, I think it was a couple of days ago, beginning of the month, Kai is doing a month-long Mafia-thon 3 to try to make him be the first Twitch user to reach 1 million subscribers. So he's at 7-something. Kim Kardashian has been there. Ice Spice has been. Lotto, Draymond Green, Marlon Wayans just there. Every day he has a new celeb that's coming by. Now, the reason why this has been speculated is that Drake and Kai were supposed to do a video collab, and Drake was supposed to go on his stream for Somebody Who Loves Me. And they were going to get 19 people to do videos, and they were, Kai had said that, I don't know if you guys really care about this story with everything that's going on, but I'll still explain it. So yes, Kai, they were going to do, because Kai was the original person that said, I don't like this video, Drake. You should have done a better video for Nokia. So then Drake was like, okay, I understand that you don't like Nokia. How about we do your streamer, your audience will do my next video. That never happened. So make a long story short, this might be a whole setup for Drake to pop up on Kai's stream, because from what I see here, it's not like real beef. You know what I mean? It's like, Drake, that stream was not great. Just like how he said Nokia's video wasn't great. So we'll see. Anyways, there's too much stuff going on to be talking about Kai and Drake. But anyways, here's the video. It's kind of funny. Take a listen.
Drake! Why would you post my I'm so like that, I'm calling him on the spot. I'm calling him right now. I'm so like that.
Your call has been forwarded.
Our third quick story. Apple's new iPod Pro 3 can translate different languages in real time. All right, listen to this. I'm going to play a quick video for you guys, but I want to explain it better. So what this is that, for example, if I'm wearing earpods and I go to China, for example, I have them in, I speak to somebody at a store, I can't really hear them because of the noise cancellation. They'll turn up the noise cancellation, but I'll hear the English version of what they're saying to me. And then I can answer in English and say, let's say they're like, how can I help you? Then they'll say that in Chinese. How can I help you in Chinese? I'll hear it. How can I help you? And I'll say, I'm looking for books. And then when I say looking for books, it plays it in, it types it in my phone in Chinese, say I'm looking for books. Now, how it gets even more brilliant is if the person, let's say I'm going to meet somebody there, and the person is wearing AirPod 3s Pro, and I am, we can have a conversation and speak in our own languages. We won't really hear our voices, but we'll hear the translation in our ears. Yo, that's crazy. That is nuts. This is like, AI is crazy, but this is crazy, man. You have a full conversation. Now, again, this is how it's being presented. I don't know how well this is going to work. Does it have to be completely silent? Because what about when there's other people in the area? Like, do you have to be in a room and it be completely silent? Or can I use this at a dinner? Can I use this at a dinner and we speak to each other? Or do we have to be like in an enclosed room? And I got to hear it. I got to hear it. But it's still a really cool step. Take a listen.
Hello, welcome. Today, all the red carnations are 50% off. When you need to talk, just speak naturally.
I'd love to take some of these to my sister for her birthday. I'll buy 8, please.
Your iPhone displays your words in their language. Live translation is even more useful when both people are wearing AirPods Pro.
I agree, yeah. Let's include the
Eu concordo, sim.
Our fourth quick story. With a Rico looming, Hot 97 DJ Peter Rosenberg admits to being surprised at how much Kendrick Lamar GNX the station played. Okay, we've been talking about this, I think maybe the third day in a row. I've been telling you guys that under the underground of the music industry and the radio industry are going crazy, all right? It's a madhouse right now. There is a Rico and a federal case building up against Spotify radio stations for payola. They raided Shopify's offices in Turkey. It's coming over here in the US. And Kendrick Lamar is in the center of all of this because he is the artist that is losing the most streams, close to 1 billion streams. And now some people are out here talking. Shout out to Peter Rosenberg, legendary Hot 97 personality. He's like, man, when GNX hit, you know, we didn't even wait to see what songs people were liking. We were playing a lot. So I feel now like people are starting to talk about it, knowing what's coming down. Take a listen.
The amount of GNX we played surprised even me.
Yeah.
I was like, we are really playing every song off of GNX.
Yeah.
Our fifth quick story. Prayers up. Kodak Black seen drinking cough syrup while driving. Lawyers say it's juice. All right. Not really too much to add here. Just kind of sad. I'll play like maybe Kodak beside me. every time I talk to you guys about Kodak Black, I blame his team. The same way how I talk about the guy on the train. Again, not making any excuses. You're all grown adults, but we need better systems in place to help people with addictions and mental health issues, etc. Somebody somehow is got to be able to get to Kodak Black and help him, man. Like, this is crazy. He's gotten a pardon from Donald Trump. He's been giving chance after chance after chance, and now he's in his car driving, doing this. His lawyers have come out and made a statement saying he wasn't really drinking. He was just trolling. There was juice in there, whatever. It's like, come on, we see Kodak Black every day on the gram, man. Like, we know. So anyways, just a sad thing. Having said all that, I understand that you cannot make a grown man do something that he doesn't want to do, but there are parameters in place. Kodak Black is a celebrity, and there's certain things that he can't do on his own and move around. He has a manager and a driver and agent and all of these people, and unfortunately, they get paid when he does shows. So it's hard for them to be like, I'm not booking you shows. I'm not doing anything. I'm not driving you around or doing whatever. And to have him sit down somewhere to get better, because if Kodak Black sits down, they're not making any money. So that's the sick circle of the music industry. I know it all too well, unfortunately. I say the same thing every time I talk about Kodak. So hopefully somebody helps this young brother out.
I see me that train roll. I see me that train roll. How many that train roll? I see me that train roll.
All right, y'all, that brings us to social discussion and comments of the day. All right. So before I get started, I have to tell you guys about our new membership program. Before I do that, I've been telling you guys for a couple of days. I have seen a couple of comments of some people having a hard time finding where to sign up for memberships. But then I saw the same person that actually commented on it, saw where they actually got a membership. So I didn't say anything. But then somebody texted me today and was like, hey, I see more comments. So I'm going to address it. Thank you for that, by the way. So here is the situation. I have emailed my YouTube partner to help me fix this situation. Until then, if you're on desktop, you will see, you will see, I'm going to put up this picture. It's all the way at the end. You're going to see home, video, live, podcast, playlist, post. You should see membership at the end of all the tabs. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to have YouTube help me move that membership tab so it's beside maybe like live. Like, I want to maybe put it beside where it says podcast, but right now it's at the end. Somebody also told me that they don't even see that membership tab, which is a problem. Also, when you go to the home page on the phone or a desktop, there's a way to put a join button right beside subscribe. So a lot of people felt like to subscribe, all you had to do was hit the subscribe button. But no, that's just to subscribe to my channel. There's a way to join the membership portion of the channel. So I'll take that on me. My bad. When I first created everything, YouTube said, you don't have to do anything. Everything is there. I even ChatGPT'd it and they're like, all this stuff will be there. I didn't do my due diligence and check and make sure that everything was properly set up before announcing. I'll take that on me. Totally sorry. Like I said, thank you to people in the comment section who said it and to the person who texted me today. Appreciate you. So like I said, I will put this picture up here beside me. If you are searching for it right now, there's tabs, home, videos, live, podcast, post. Go all the way to membership. Click right there and you could sign up. Let me tell you everything that we are going to do. Like the first membership in the Out Louders membership, you can get loyalty badges, emojis, member only stream, live stream, member only videos, early access to new videos, and member shout outs. There's other levels that they're like fun, like buy me lunch and buy me dinner or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's up to you which one you want to sign up to. But we will do a better job in getting that to you. Also in the membership, like I told you already, we are going to be starting a new segment called Ask Trent's Advice, or Trent, what am I doing wrong? Or Ask Trent to Fix It, or What Does Trent Think? Or Run It by Trent. Still haven't forgotten a name yet, but thank you guys for working with me. Until we get the tabs and all that stuff ready, we still have more times to figure out the name. So I watch every day. I love how much fun you guys are having with the names. Keep on telling me. To me, these are my top 5, but y'all let me know, okay? So that is the comment of the day. The comment of the day is, Trent, fix the membership buttons. I hear you. I am on it. Hopefully YouTube gets back to me today, all right? Also, is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are if you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/TrentOutLoud for your free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you've ever wondered how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That's why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. I love how I yell out like out louders like that. Aura takes care of the hard part, automatically moving your information off of these sites and keeping it off. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web. One of my favorite things, you get real-time fraud alerts if any of your credit card or banking information is ever found online, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have 24/7 US-based round-the-clock customer service. They also have a $5 million identity theft insurance package. If anything does happen, you are covered up until $5 million, okay? They are the leader. I feel secure with them. Sign up. Here is the QR code beside me. Take out your phones, follow that link. It's free for 14 days. I ain't trying to sell you nothing. It's free. Sign up. Ever worried about anything of your information, they can show you, you remove it, and they keep it off. For those of you who have never heard of Aura, they used to be the jersey logo for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And if the NBA has co-signed them and Trent Out Loud has co-signed them, then you know it's the right digital platform for you. Okay, so that's comments, memberships. Where are we now? Social discussion. All right. What is social discussion? Okay, social discussion of the day. What is your honest take on snitching? I can't talk today. I couldn't say Ukrainian. I can't say snitching. All right, what's your honest thoughts on snitching? Somebody says, if you ain't do the crime, you don't be doing the time. Somebody says, I'm telling. Another person has an emoji with somebody on the phone. Another person says, I'll snitch if I ain't have nothing to do with it, and charges being brought up against are not taking the rap for, and charges being brought up, I'm not taking the rap for nobody, okay? Somebody says, this post is childish and ignorant, okay? Somebody says, stay out certain lifestyles if you're not ready for what comes with it. Another person said, imagine being 30 plus and still living the street life and worrying about snitching. Another person said, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not going to jail for you. Another person said, I'm not doing time for anybody who won't do time for me. It was him, Your Honor. That was funny. Unless you're in the streets, in the street life, nobody cares. And somebody says, no snitching was created to protect leaders, so you can't ish on people below and snitch when he gets caught. Okay, let me just address like what I think about snitching, and then just kind of have a different thought process on it. And a lot of people are talking about snitching right now because of Young Thug, YLM Melly. I never remember the things in the front of Melly's name. Anyways, Melly, Gunna. So everybody's talking about snitching right now. 6ix9ine is getting involved in this, making diss tracks to Thug and all of that stuff. Here's my thoughts on snitching, okay? Do I agree with the no snitching rule? Yes, I do. And I'll tell you why. The no snitching rule is not for me and you and the next door neighbor and the mama. It's not for anybody. It was originated for the people in the streets. That is the no snitching rule. The no snitching rule is, if you're out here and you're in a GANG and you're doing those kind of things, You have made a choice. And the fact that you have made that choice to be in that lifestyle, and that's how you're going to feed your family and live your life, then you don't have the right to snitch on me when you get caught, so I can go to jail and you could go back and be with your family. And that makes sense. That's why the no snitching rule makes sense. It is an honor amongst thieves. It's, hey, we're in this all together, all these street dudes, whether you are in different GANGs or whatever, it should be a code, even for your enemies or not enemies. We're all in this together. And we have our own, we police ourselves, we control ourselves. They have their own world. That's why it's called the underground world. You know what I mean? Like the underbelly. And that should be the rule. And the reason why people snitch is because they're not built for it. And they're like, I could get out. I'm just going to tell on this one and tell on this one. So that's why I agree with no snitching. And I just feel like the common person is like, no, how could that? And just because they don't understand. So that's just my take. Y'all weigh in. Do you think the people in the life, not your neighbor, because your neighbor has nothing to do with it. And the neighbor's like, yo, I saw this, I saw that, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like no. If you're a citizen, you should see what happened, what's going on. You know what I mean? Now, just to give another like layer to this, there are some people that believe that even if you're not in that life, but you're kind of like in the hood or you're around the area of it, and the police don't do anything to help you guys anyways, so you shouldn't talk to them, period, then that's another layer of it. And again, I could still kind of understand that, where it's like, oh, now you want to come in and now you want my information, but you wouldn't come and help protect me otherwise, right? Because now you have something to solve and you have this unaliving case. Now you want my help. But when, when I called you guys the other day, when there was an issue here, like nobody showed up or nobody cared, or you guys don't care about our community or whatever. So we'll handle things ourselves. So that's the outside of it. So my whole point to bringing this into social discussion is that snitching has layers, and it has to do with a code, and it has to do with a culture, and it can't just be looked at one level. So that's it for today's social discussion. Weigh in below. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Would you rather have unlimited money or unlimited time? I honestly didn't even realize this when I chose this, but this kind of ties into yesterday's question of the day. Yesterday's question of the day was, what was it? If you found a $50,000 at work, would you return it or not? And I spoke about like how the value of money and what it means to me. So I feel like I'm going to go on the same tangent, but I won't make it as long. All right. First person said, I'll choose unlimited time if the people I love also have the same time, but if not, unlimited money is great too. We're going to have a ball. That's an interesting way of looking at it. I can't lie. The other person said, money, why would I want to stay here forever? Another person said, money buys time. That doesn't make any sense. Another person said, time is the most valuable asset we have. Another person had a money emoji. Another person said, money because I'm rich and can make time for whatever I want. Okay. Money buys more time. What are you guys thinking? How you think? What about Steve Jobs? He had all the money in the world. You don't think you think Elon Musk is going to be here forever? Y'all are crazy. Somebody says question is going over a lot of people's heads. Exactly. Somebody said unlimited money. Eventually, everyone we love won't be here. I won't lie, I didn't think about that, but then you just find new people to love. Money, because without time, okay, it's the same thing. All right, let me answer this question for you. Somebody said I'm here for a good time, not a long time. For me, the question is like almost a little bit ridiculous. Because, and again, I went off yesterday, I won't go off again today. But what would unlimited money do for you? I just don't understand why people can't understand that money itself isn't real. Like the actual money, it's not real. You guys really need to have that sink. It's just a piece of paper. It's just a credit. That's like, if you have $100 bill, it's not really anything. It's just saying that if you give this to me, I will give you $100 worth of something. It's just a promise. Like, I'm going to give you this. That's worth $1,000. I'll give you 10 of these pieces of paper. Like, it's no big different from this paper. It's just paper. And nowadays it's just in a bank account. It's just Numbers. So what is unlimited money going to do for you? What's it going to do? You're going to buy a plane and travel? What are you going to do? Buy a house and a bigger house and more houses and more cars? Like, what are you going to do with unlimited money? I just want to know. Like, I just heard something the other day where Elon Musk, that he got offered a package from Tesla where he could become a trillionaire. That's unlimited money. Could we just all agree? Like, it's pretty much unlimited money. He already has unlimited money. Why do you think he gets up and works every day? He has unlimited money. He can buy whatever he wants. Why do you think he gets up and works every day? Because money doesn't do anything for you. It gives you nothing. Nothing. After a month of having that, you will be bored. Before that, I am telling you, yes, I know this because I was able to obtain the things that I thought I wanted in my life or that would make my life. But I have told you guys repeatedly on this show, I am a grown man with no kids, not married, in a big house by myself, and lonely as heck. And it's not fun. So when you hear people like, I would rather, what's the saying? Like, I would rather cry. I'd rather cry in my Ferrari than laugh in my Civic. Trust me, you would much rather laugh in your Civic. A car becomes a car no matter how high the car is that you have. If you don't have love, that's why I like those people's comments where it was like, I won't even lie, I didn't even think about that. Like, yo, if my loved ones can't be with me, then I'll take the money. Like that, even maybe I'll understand. But again, you could just, if you're limited, you just have more love and find more people. But it's not only about the love, it's just about yourself, And it's about finding things that you love to do. And I understand that money, I said I wasn't going to go off on the tangent, and here I am. But it's just, I really want to get this point across, man. Even if one person gets this, the most expensive meal, the most expensive car, the most expensive trip, is it fun? But if you take a trip with the wrong person, it's not fun. Or if you take a trip by yourself, it's not fun. Like, you have to find your own happiness within yourself. And you got to find somebody to share that happiness with you. The most important thing is love. Is people and you, and making yourself better. So it's just stop getting caught up with the money thing, because I'm telling you, it brings you nothing. I would trade in a lot of the things that I have for a family or children and a connection and a bond and love and trust, and I would in 2 seconds. Anyways, I'm gonna stop because I can keep on going. One day I'm gonna have a whole podcast, anyways, let me stop. All right, comment below, what would you rather have, unlimited money or unlimited time? Sound off below. All right, y'all, that is it. Thank you so much for kicking with me. I told you we had a big show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Before I let you go, just want to remind you again to sign up for our new membership. If you're on your phone, scroll past the live and podcast and playlist. It's all the way at the end. You should see membership. If you don't see membership, please comment below and be like, I don't even see membership at the end of that. I'm going to work with YouTube. I'm going to try also put up a tab, but it should be there. The membership should be there. Please comment below if you do not see it so that we could point that out to YouTube. But try to sign up, okay? We're 29 days away from our first Ask Trent or Trent help me fix this, whatever the name will be, all right? So make sure y'all sign up. Also, don't forget to sign up for Aura. It is actually 100% free. Link below, QR code beside me. If you're ever worried about anything that you ever have on the net, if you've shopped on the net, your credit card or whatever, and you're ever worried about that your information is out there like I am, because that stuff freaks me out, Aura could take any of your information that's on the dark web off, absolutely free for 14 days. And it's up to you if you want to continue and having a plan after. Just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud podcast. The Trent Out Loud show. Jeez. The Trent Out Loud show. For those of you who like to listen to this on podcast platforms, go over to any podcast, type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button. For those of you who like me, who prefer to watch it on video, go over to YouTube. 5 things you're going to need to do when you go over to YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Please make sure you comment. Even if you don't want to join in on the subjects that I'm talking about, please let me know where you are watching from. I'd love to know what country or city you are watching from. My favorite thing, if you're not commenting. Also, please share if you are enjoying the show because it helps in growing the channel. And lastly, like I mentioned before, please try to sign up to our new membership for exclusive videos and exclusive lives and a bunch of exclusive things only for the Out Louders. All right. For those who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms, and it's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, please try to follow our Instagram page, The Trent Out Loud Show. That is where we post throughout the day all the stories that we're going to talk about at the end of the day on the show and also after the show. Videos are in full. We give you clips of the show and everything. It's a great way to stay connected to everything Trent Out Loud. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.